Hello everyone, I hope you're all having an amazing day and you're also having an amazing start to 2019. I'm just going to give it a few seconds just to allow everybody to jump on before I get started in today's lunch and learn. So if you're coming on live today, then give me a wave in the comments, let me know that you're here and we will get started. I am really excited about today's lunch and learn. It's something that I am really passionate about being able to help people to get on and do those videos and get on and do live videos as well, because I think that's just really exciting and it's the way of the future as well. So I'll just give it a few seconds and I'll see if anybody's jumping on today's lunch and learn. And I know that some people might be watching this on the replay later, for some of you who are really busy today or have other arrangements. And that's what's great about being able to do the lives, because people can actually watch it later on replay. So it will be available in the group for the next few days for anybody that is watching this on the replay to be able to get those techniques and tips to be able to go live this year. And I know for many of you this is something that you are looking at doing, and 2019 is going to be your year to do that. So for anybody that is on or you're watching this on replay, it is your time, it's your year in 2019, and it's your time to shine online. So that is why I am here, and this is why you're here today, live or on replay, is because you want to get online and you want to do it with confidence. So whether you're just beginning that journey of getting on and doing lives, or you are going to be doing your first one in 2019 and you feel 2018 you gave it a go, but you really want to have more confidence to just get on there and do that. And you might be, you've already been doing social media lives, but you just want to brush up on some of those skills that you need in order to improve your business, improve your skills. Then this is a lunch and learn for anybody that is looking to do a live or continue to do lives. You will get some benefit out of this session today. So today I'm going to take you through my 3 steps to building your confidence on social media. And then I'm going to give you some takeaway tips that I have found really of use, but also mistakes that I have made that I want to be able to share with you today. So you'll get some takeaway tips as well to take you through that. Now, if you're the person that is watching this and you have been sitting on the fence and you have been going up to that screen on Facebook and you are ready to press go live, but something is just stopping you. If that is you, then this is your year where you're going to actually press the button, press that big blue button on Facebook, and you are going to go live. Now, before we get started, I want you to write down. Now, if you're on here today or you're watching this on replay and you are that person that is, I am doing this in 2019, then I want you to write down a date right now. I want you to write down a date that you are going to do your first social media live. And you're going to do it in the next 30 days. So whether you do it on that date or you do it before, I want you to commit to that. Because once we actually commit to doing something, then we actually are going to do it, because it's going to keep us accountable. And if you're brave enough, then I want you to put that date in the comments and I will keep you accountable every step of the way until you actually do that live. So I want you to write down a date between now and 30 days time. And you can share it in the comments or you can keep that for yourself. That's entirely up to yourself. And then we're going to work backwards from that date. So what is it that you need to do in order to go live on that date and be able to do it with confidence? Well, today you're going to find out. So my 3 steps to be able to get confidence on your live, and that is the 3 P's. So it's passion, it's your purpose, and it's practice. So it's your why, how, and what of what you do. So let's look at passion. So for me and my business, my passion is helping people become pro communicators to empower, inspire, change. So I want you to think about, what is it that you are passionate about in your business? What are you passionate about with your clients and your customers? So it's going back to basics of, why do you do what you do? To be able to help people. And it's about getting that passion back, because that will help you be able to share that message. So whether it's just a few words just now and you can relook at this later, just write down, what are some of the things that you're passionate about? Is it because you want to empower people? You want to inspire them? You want to help them? You want to be able to help them have a better life, whether it's through health or wellness or nutrition, whatever it is, to be able to have the control back that they want back in their life. So Matthew's going live on the 9th of February. I'm going to hold that to you. Then I want you to put yourself in your clients and your customers and your audience's shoes. Which means that you actually have to take your shoes off first and start to put theirs on. So put yourself in the minds and the eyes and the body of your clients and your customers. What is it that you can do to help them? Again, write some words down. It doesn't need to be big screeds right now, just some words of how you can actually help them. Whether it's through communication, whether it's through some steps or techniques, things that you have learned, then what is it that you can actually start to begin to help your customers and clients? What is it that you can make a difference in their life? So it's thinking about that passion, but it's also putting yourself in your customers, your clients, and your audience's shoes. Because once we take off our own shoes and we put someone else's on, we actually take the focus off ourselves of being nervous and anxious about doing that live video on social media. It is going back to that basics of why you do what you do. And thinking about it, even if you're not awesome on that first video and you're not awesome on your 10th video, I think you have to give yourself more credit that you actually are helping. You're helping people, whether it's one person out of who's watching and listening. Don't take that for granted, that just because you don't think you're maybe that awesome in your first video is that you will be able to relate to someone. So give yourself more credit that you actually are making a difference on what you do. And remember that we are our worst critics. I've been doing lives and recorded videos for over a year now, and I will still come off them and think, oh gosh, I could have said this, or I could have said that, or I could have been more passionate about it, I could have been more enthusiastic. However, that's what we're going to be telling ourselves. But if we start to have that passion and it's something that we're passionate about, then those stories that we tell ourselves are not going to be there. So find your passion and get organized and be able to shine in 2019. So that's the first tip, is find your passion and show your passion as well when you're on your live videos. So number 2 is your purpose. So once we know the purpose of what your message and your video is going to be about, this is going to help lower that anxiety, and it's going to build confidence, and that passion will come through. So today, this video for me is, I'm passionate about this subject. I'm passionate about helping people do social media lives, because I know the benefit that it is to a wider audience, and it actually helps us build confidence. And the purpose of today's video is that I want to be able to solve your problem, solve your confidence and your anxiety, and be able to give you the steps and the techniques that you need to go live. So I want you to get clear on that idea. So you have this idea in your head of what you want to share. So I want you to think about, are you going on to answer a frequently asked question that your clients and customers always ask you? Are you solving a problem with what you're going to share? Or are you wanting to come on and share a story? All of which are of great benefit to your audience. So really get clear on what that message is going to be, because once you know what that purpose is, you can start to work backwards with your message. You're then able to structure what you're going to say, which again will help in confidence than just going on in the beginning and doing it impromptu, because that's where a lot of those nerves and anxiety will be, because we don't know what our next thing that we're going to say is going to be. So again, it doesn't have to be scripted. Everything that you're saying, you can just have what your end goal is, and then you can work back. Is it going to be in 5 easy steps? Is it going to be in 3 easy steps? Is it going to be, well, this is the problem that you come across with all your clients and customers, and here's my solution that you can start to implement in your life. So those are the things that you can start to structure, is thinking about the 3s. Think of it in 3s. Think about the beginning, the middle, and the end. So your end is your goal, is whether it's solving a problem or whether it's answering a question. And then your middle part of it can be those steps, those tips, those strategies that you're going to share. And your beginning is looking at that passion. What are you passionate about being able to share with people? And that gets you clear in exactly what you want to do. Another thing as well on that purpose is that when we want to do videos, to have that, gain that interaction with our audience, it's great to have a call to action. And this doesn't need to be salesy every single time you do a live. It could generally just be, hey, like, comment, share my video if it's been of use to you, and you start to just gain that interaction with people without it being too salesy. And people generally will, if you ask them to do something, then they know what they're meant to do from that video. If you're asking them to write things down and start to implement them, start to say, on this date, you're going to start seeing some difference from all of these techniques. So again, think of that call to action. So that's my tip number 2. So finding the purpose, getting clear on that message that you want to share with people. So then that leads me into our final step in getting confident on social media. And that 3rd P is practice. And it is the most underestimated part of anything that we do. Any skill that we want to build is through practice, repetition. So I can't stress this enough around practice. Now, if this is your first time going on to do a live, or you're starting to brush up on your 2018 lives, or you've left it a little while in between doing them, so then that anxiety starts to build up, then what I would suggest doing is finding your passion. What is it that you want to be helping people with? Getting clear on that idea, and start to structure some form of script. And it doesn't have to be word for word. And then I want you to practice this, whether it's in the car, whether it's in the shower, whether it's to your partner. Just start to go around talking to yourself out loud what you want to say, because the more you practice it, the more when you actually come to do it, it's going to be already there. Plus you're already training your subconscious into thinking you've already done it. So when you do it, your brain thinks, oh, we've been here before and it was okay. So really start to practice that. And then what I would suggest doing is that if you still don't feel quite confident to press that live button, then another suggestion that I have is just go onto your phone, pick your phone up, go onto your camera and start recording what you want to say. Because you know what? You can just go on and delete that. You can ask someone to look at it, you can look at it, and when you've had a few tries and you feel, right, I'm ready to go live, then you can go live. If once you've had a bit of a practice and you're ready to go live and press that button, just remember, if you start your live and you just don't feel that confident, or you're starting to pause and you don't know what to say next, you can just press finish and you can delete that video, and you would probably do that before anybody comes on to view it. So again, we can delete those videos. So again, don't be too caught up in making mistakes and having to be perfect. But these are just some of my suggestions, is that just take some time between now and the date that you are going to go live. So I know for anybody that's now come on and missed the beginning, I've set everybody a challenge for between now and the next 30 days to put a date in your diary of when you're going to do your live. And I want you to be brave, and I want you to put it in the comment section, and I will hold you accountable to doing that live. Because the reasons behind doing that is, once you commit to something, you're going to do it. So I want you to write down that date. For anybody that's come on now that came on and they've missed that in the beginning, I want you to set a date between now and 30 days, and you can do that live before then, and you can use these tips that I have given you to have your passion, know your purpose, and I want you to start practicing this with people as well, because practicing will really help. So those are my 3 steps to be able to get confident. And again, it's not too much. It's really fairly simple to be able to just take some time, write some things down, and get clear about what you want to do. And what I want to leave you with is, I want to give you some of my own tips from my own mistakes that I've made in the past on my lives and my recorded ones. So some things that you want to do, because if you haven't really been using your voice prior to getting on and doing a live, then sometimes it can make us jumble our words, it can make us not get them out more confidently. So one of my tips is that what I share with clients and workshops is that I want you to go into one of the op shops and get yourself a children's book, or you can go online and get a PDF, because children's books are meant to be read aloud. So that starts to get our voices ready and warmed up for coming on and doing your live, and that's just going to help us project better. And it's also going to help us breathe before, during, and after. Because what I want you to think about is, when we're reading children's books, it comes with full stops, it comes with commas, and it comes with paragraphs. So every time you see a full stop, then I want you to breathe. Then when you see a comma, I want you to take 2 breaths. And then when you come to a paragraph, you take 3 breaths. Because then what you can do is you can transfer that into how you speak. So we think when we're speaking to people, we are actually speaking in sentences. We need full stops, we need commas, and we need paragraphs. And the reason for this is, we need our audiences to be able to hear us, listen to us, and take all of those important steps in. So go to an op shop, get yourself a book, $1, $2, $3, go online, get a PDF, and I want you to start to be able to practice reading some children's books, or you can do nursery rhymes. And start adopting that into it, the breath work, the pauses, and then start to transition this into your practice and into your lives as well. So my next tip is to get a mic for your phone. And again, I got mine from JB Hi-Fi, and it's a Rode mic. It was only $70, and this will just help enhance the volume as well. So this was something that someone had given me feedback in the beginning, that especially if there's a bit of a distance between the camera and your phone and where you're sitting, and you could have some background noise. So I would say just invest on a little mic that you can literally insert into your phone, and this will just help with that projection and volume for people to be able to hear you. Also, another mistake that I have made, and I did do it very recently in one of my lives, and again, no, we're not perfect, and no matter how much practice that we have in what we do, we can still make mistakes, or technical things can go wrong. So I want you to think about the lighting as well. So I recently did a live, and I actually for the first time did it on my webcam and hadn't really looked at how this was going to look in the background until after I had done it, and it looked quite dark. So again, just think about the lighting, and a way in which you can do that prior to going on live is to go onto the camera on your phone, set it up as though you're going to do the live, and you can actually see the lighting behind you. You can start to see how it looks. So I do all of that before I actually go on live. As I go through to my camera, I know that my head's not going to be chopped off, and I know that the lighting is going to be good in order for people to see me. So that's just something else to consider. And that is my top tips. Oh, one last one I want to say is that when we're doing lives or we're doing videos, what we really have to be careful of is that we're looking at the camera and not looking at ourselves. So I'm going to show you, this is me looking at myself on my phone. So then for the audience, you guys don't see that I'm looking at you. So then I'm going to come back to the camera, and I'm not looking at myself, I'm looking at my camera, so that I'm then connecting with my audience. So that's a really good tip to remember. And if you find that hard not to look at yourself or get distracted by it, then you can just put a post-it note over yourself, and then you'll be able to just be able to look in that camera, and that means you can start connecting with your audience. Now, I hope this has been really helpful for you, for anybody that is committed to this, and you've put your date in the comments, or you can private message me if you would prefer. Then I will keep you accountable to doing that. And if you want any more tips on leading up to doing your live with more confidence, then please just get in touch with me, let me know, and I am happy to help. I am really excited. I know that the people that are on here you guys are committed. You guys are going to shine online in 2019, and you're just going to take your business and what you do to the next level. And don't be scared. It's really not as scary as you think. And once you start to do it, it just becomes easier. So have an amazing rest of your day, and we will chat again soon. This video, for anybody watching in replay, will be here for the next 3 days, and then I will be pulling it down. You can still join in and put your date in the comments. I would love to know. Give me a thumbs up, give me a comment if this video has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.